Fetching documents in Firestore can be quite challenging due to its real-time nature, limited querying capabilities, and the complexity of handling large datasets efficiently. Paginating these documents adds an extra layer of difficulty as you need to manage cursors, handle empty pages, and maintain accurate state across user interactions. This video will provide you with a step-by-step guide to simplify the process, breaking down each part to make it approachable. Also, make sure to check out to get a hold of all my products at a huge discount. The link is in the description. More on this later in the video. Now, today I'm going to take it further in this tutorial series. The whole playlist link is in the description too. We are going to talk about Firebase's fetch functionality. More importantly, how I made it into a Firestore collection GitHub repository. And we are going to fetch some, like we just previously in the previous episodes, we just fetched one with a predicate and fetched the count of some documents. We're going to fetch some more documents. And we're also going to talk about the paginated fetch. Now, let's just first of all add some new posts. And let me just build and run over here. Build succeeded. There we go. And then let's just add one. Let's double check if it's over there. Let's refresh our browser. There we go. We have one over there and it says created add, message score updated. Really nice. Okay, so let's just add some more. Let's add plus, plus, and plus. Let's add 5. Why not? Okay, and then we have the score of 0 everywhere. That's by default. So let's change some of the scores. This one should be 1, and then let's add another one over here. Let's just have 1. So I'm going to fetch those documents that have a score of 1. In our case, it's 2, so we are going to fetch some of the documents. So let's go back to Xcode. And then let's add a new function, fetch sum. There we go. Okay, and then let's scroll all the way down and add a new function called fetch sum. I'm going to copy out the task and do catch from over here so we save on time. And then let posts, it's going to be an array of posts. It could be empty one, by the way. An array of post equals try await and then posts collection dot and fetch sum. Now there are two options right over here with some paginated options. That's for pagination. We are going to take a look at this the second part of this tutorial, but for now we're just going to add some predicates. And the predicates, well, I'm just going to go with the same 1 is equal to score, and that is going to be 1 in our case. Of course, you might want to add multiple of these. You could do that. It's an array. So then I'm just going to print out the posts. Let's just see both of them. So let's build and run, and let's see how this looks. For a limited time, you can get everything I've ever made for just $99. Yep, it's usually over $1,330. Why the crazy discount? Because I want to see more of you building amazing things faster, smarter, and without the stress of spending a fortune. If you're serious about leveling up your SwiftUI game, this is honestly a no-brainer. But heads up, it won't be around forever. Link is in the description. Build has succeeded. Nice. And then let's just, did I change it? Let me just see. Let's scroll all the way up. Oh, it's both of them. So fetch sum. Okay, let's build and run once more. So it would just add a new post and also fetch sum. Okay. So now we should see 2 printed out. There we go. We have indeed 2. Let's just see where is the score, user ID, message, score. Here it is, score 1, and then score 1 right over here. So 2 posts, really nice. Okay, so that's when you actually just want to fetch some of the documents, but what if this score, we'd had 1,000 or 10,000 of them? You want to make sure that you paginate your fetches. So let's do that. Let's just have like fetch some paginated or let's just have fetch first two. Let's just have first two. Okay, and let me just copy that out and create a new function right over here, fetch first two. Okay, so what we want to do over here, again, it's a task in the do catch. Let's just see. We are going to have, again, an array of posts. So let posts of type array of post, and then posts collection dot, and then not fetch sum, but fetch, and let's just go all the way down, fetch sum with some options. Yeah, it is fetch sum, but with some options. And these options are the paginated fetch options. Now, we are fetching the first two right over here, but basically it's the same. If you have taken a look at the previous episode, you might see that we are fetching the first few and then fetching some more. Now it's just the same function, fetch sum with some options. And then if you just hit dot right over here, you will see there is this initializer with limit, order by, and is it descending? So let's just choose this one. So limit, of course, that's 2. Order by. So what should we order it by? And I say it should be created at. There we go. And then descending, let's just set this to true. Okay. And then predicates. You might want to add also some predicates if you choose to. You don't have to. You can just go with an empty array. But please make sure that you are not going to use limit or order by. So that's already been added as these two predicates. It's really necessary. It's required for this pagination to work. And of course, this is try await. Okay. Predicates, I'm just going to leave out the predicates. Let's just fetch all of them. Okay, so according to the created at state, and then I'm just going to print out the posts. Okay, fetch first two. Let's build and run. And indeed, it is going to fetch the first two of them. But and by the way, let's just instead, let's just click on the plus. Yeah, it did fetch the first two, and then if I'm going to fetch, click on it again, it's just going to fetch the next one because it's so smart. So there we go. Again, it's just going to fetch the next one. I know it's called fetch first right over here, but it's also going to do the next one. So it's so smart. It knows if we already fetched it, it's just making sure that it's storing the last one, so it knows where to fetch from. And to see that, I'm just going to go through all of the posts and just print out basically the created at the date, so we can see that it is indeed in order. So posts dot for each, and then we have a post right over here, and then let's just print out our posts dot created date. Yeah, date is it's just much nicer. It's not the timestamp. So let's build and run, and let's see it right now. And you know, it says fetch first two, but we're just paginating in with a limit of 2. So let's see that. Indeed, so it's second 16 and then 15. Let's fetch this next one, 14 and 13. And then, of course, the final one is just going to be 1. And that's at minute 18 and 55 seconds. And yeah, that's how it is. If we just hit that limit, you know, we just fetched everything, it's just going to return nothing. So if I just click over here, nothing is being printed out, and we don't have a crash, of course. And that's how you do pagination in Firestore. Now, if you like these types of tutorials, also go ahead and check out all of my products. There's a huge offer in the description.